Jeffrey here again. I'm going to do a video of my 4th of July display. I usually like to display a bunch of my stuff on the 4th of July for people driving by on the highway to look at. So I hope you enjoy it. This is a Farmall F20 with a Chevy 6-cylinder in. This is one of my prized pieces of my collection. It's a 1919 Oshkosh truck. I've owned close to 20 years. I'll give more details on that in a separate video someday. This is a Model A powered Hobart welder. It was my old neighbor's, Alan Rudolph's. I used this actually when I worked for him when I got out of high school. And it's the torch cart with Model A wheels on it, which actually mounts on the back. I'll show how this all works in a later video. And there's the hydraulic press I brought home from Baraboo a couple weeks ago. This is a 20,000 pound chain fall that has a patent date of like 1894 on it. Horse-drawn scraper, slip scraper, and stone puller that I got just the other week, last weekend on an auction, and the 2 truck engines. This is a little Huff payloader. I did a previous video about working on the carburetor on it. This is a 1928 International 6-speed special I bought out in North Dakota. It'll be 2 years ago this fall. And next to it is a Clark aircraft tug, which had a snowplow mounted on the front of it. I'll tell you more about that in a later video. This is a 36 Ford crane truck that was my neighbor Alan's, that you saw me get running a few weeks back in the video. As you can see, you can still see his name on the door. And here is my D4 Caterpillar I bought from a neighbor farmer a number of years ago. I'll be doing a video and showing you some aspects of that, what it took to get it running. Hooked up to my airborne scraper, which I bought a couple years ago. Next to the D4 is my little Cat 22. I may get that running tomorrow for the first time this year. It is a tumblebug scraper I just got the other week on the auction, and I will be hooking that behind the 22. See how it works. Next to the 22 is the Cat 28 gas tractor with a homemade winch on the back I've done a video of. I haven't had that running in like 8 or 9 years. I hope to get it running again this year. And here's my sign, which is mounted on what I believe is the base of a P&H trench filler. The power unit sitting on a trench filler was set on there just for display, but if this was the power unit that was used to run Alan Rudolph's gravel washing plant. This is the T340 that I put cylinders on in a previous video, and behind it I have hooked the scraper I brought home from Minnesota a couple weeks ago. Next to that is my D2, and I have the Henry scraper, which I got in Kansas about a month ago, hooked behind that. D7 that was my neighbor Alan's, and I spent the summer, I believe it was of 1974, sailing in, I guess you'd call it a huge pond or a small lake. So this is one of the things that's near and dear to my heart. This is the 1930 Buckeye that I did a previous video on. This is a Waukesha 6-cylinder engine that I hope to put in the Buckeye to get the Buckeye running. This is the homemade gravel conveyor that my old friend Alan Rudolph and his brother Jim made in the 20s, so they wouldn't have to shovel gravel so high into a dump truck. You've enjoyed my little 4th of July display of my vintage machinery, and I will be doing more detailed videos on some of the items that I haven't covered yet. And thanks once again for watching.